Welcome back to another episode of Parenting in Progress. I'm Corey.
I'm Jordan.
And we're the Welches. Welcome back to another episode. It's nice and sunny and it's supposed to be like 75 degrees this afternoon, Jordan. It's a lovely day out.
I know. I really want to go outside and just read my book in the sun.
It's a little too windy for me yet, but that's supposed to die off by this evening sometime.
Well, then at that point, the sun's down.
Yeah, but it's like 6 o'clock, so the sun's not going to be all the way down. It probably don't get dark till about 7:30 now.
True. I could just put my hair up and just go outside right now.
Jordan's kind of like a cat. She likes sitting in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
And it just beaming on her. She just likes full sun and just either read or take a nap.
I don't really take a nap. I just can just rest.
You used to take naps all the time in the sun. Don't give me that. With our old couches up here, oh yeah, you slept all the time.
But do you think it was when I was pregnant?
No, I think it just anytime.
I could fall asleep in the sun, like with the sun in my face. Yes.
I mean, you weren't just like consistently napping every day.
Oh no, I'm not a napper.
Or every
That's why
weekend,
I was confused.
But you would try to take a little 10-minute rester there. You had a little spell of those for a minute or two. You were like, oh, just give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. Like an hour and a half later, she's over there.
I really don't remember that because I've never really been a napper. So I don't know. I don't remember that part of my life before, I guess.
It wasn't that long ago.
I remember liking to sit on the couch because the sun would hit me just right. It would be like about 4 o'clock or something and the sun would be hitting me and I could just chill there for a little bit. But I really don't remember taking naps.
You did.
Whatever.
Maybe pregnancy had you forget stuff.
It probably could have.
I think it did.
I mean, you might be right. I guess I don't know any better to be wrong, I guess.
Do you have any big Easter plans coming up next weekend that I need to know about?
Oh my gosh. This is a thing. Like, I don't know what it is about husbands, but you tell them plans about 13 different times and they still act surprised and confused when it gets down to it.
I feel like we've had like a lot of alterations to this.
Alterations? What?
Amendments to our plans.
That's a better word. That's a better word. To our plans? Well, I don't know. We have a little thing, a calendar on our fridge, and I've gotten to where I've put stuff on there. So if you argue with me, I'm like, go look at the calendar.
You know, I think I need that digitally because I don't look at the calendar very rarely. Maybe once, maybe a maximum of 3 times a month do I even look at the calendar.
Oh my gosh, I look at that. If not, like not daily, but probably every other day.
We need to get one of them digital ones, then I can sync it to my calendar on my phone, and then I've got it all.
Isn't that the one what's that called? Like the skylight or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I could do that. I just like to have like a whole map view too. Like I have my work calendar on my phone so I can scroll and see there, but I like to like map it out. So that's why I like to have the one on the fridge.
And I think those skylights are ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
For what they are.
Because to be honest, we'll probably get it and then you'll still probably look at it 3 times a month.
You're right. I'll probably just look at my phone mainly.
Exactly.
That's where we just got to get to.
Yeah. Anywho, so any Easter plans? We're kind of in limbo right now. Like my family, my mom and my dad have hosted Easter for as long as I can remember. So not that we're always there, but she's always having it. So I don't really know how to explain that. Like, then I feel like then it goes to your side. Like, okay, are you doing anything for Easter? If you're not, like, we can go to my parents. So we don't have anything set in stone yet.
How many Easter egg hunts do we have to go to this year?
Let's see. We had one yesterday. The first one of them all yesterday. Then we got one on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And then at my mom and dad's, they have the one for all the kids. So how many is that then? 5 total?
I think so.
Yeah. I want to do one at our house on Friday, this coming Friday, Good Friday, when we have no school. Because I don't know if we said this in our last episode about Colorado, but we got $20 of quarters for this penny arcade. I really can't remember if I said that. So if we said that, I'm sorry, but here it is again. They had a change machine. I had $20. That's all I had. So what did we get? $20 of quarters. How many rides did Karlee ride? 2. I think one of them was maybe 50 cents. So we spent probably a whopping 75 cents to $1. And we have like $19 in quarters. So I'm like, we got a bunch of Easter eggs. I want to put like a quarter in each Easter egg. And then depending on how nice it is, we could do it in the backyard or we could do one in the house if it's not, or downstairs if it's not great weather. And instead of candy, because she doesn't need a ton of candy, she's already going to get candy. Let's just put some quarters in it and use them up. What are your thoughts?
Well, this would be the dad's view. I wish the grass was greener for pictures. That's what dads think about. Think. I do. I've seen some yards that are better than mine. I mean, I don't like admitting that all the time, but they are. And they're green and they're mowing them. I haven't mowed mine at all yet. And I'm not saying it's not green, but it's not as green as theirs. So I'm like, which granted, we live in a little lower level, so it gets cooler probably where we're at. So it may take a little longer to get up, but man, it just drives you nuts.
It'll get there. Like, I know that our front yard looks really nice. You've done a really good job making that look nice. I know that you've got things you could do to it, but it's just not there yet. It's still March. Yeah. We really haven't got a whole lot of rain either, so.
Correct. And if we didn't have these big heat and freezing swings, I would turn the irrigation on, but there is going to be a couple cold spells yet, so I've been kind of holding off. We are a little dry. I need to apply some fertilizer and stuff. I need to order that stuff today that I told you I was going to, so I need to get that coming, get it off to the right start. But back to Easter egg hunting. We had one yesterday, and I'm just going to be blunt about it. Jordan was being pretty greedy.
I was not.
You kind of were, but that's all right. It made up from last year. That's okay.
I guess I didn't feel like I was being greedy. I just knew that there was a ton of eggs that needed to be used.
You weren't. You weren't. The reason I say that is because I'm like, we don't need all of this stuff that we got. At all.
No.
And that's what I'm meaning is like, we could have had her fill her bucket up twice.
And been done.
And it would have been done. And we wouldn't have had to crack eggs for, seemed like a half an hour in the wind. But you know what? I'm not mad about it.
I will say this Easter egg hunt that we went to is from infant to 6th grade, and they have it in the city park in the town that I'm from, and they section it off. Like 0 to 2 is one section, and then I think it's probably like 3 to 5, and then it's 6 to 8. Like they have several sections of age. And so I really like that because the kids, they realize that 0 to 2, like they're not going out there and grabbing the eggs right away and be done. Like, one, there was a ton of eggs. There was so many eggs in that section. When they start, like when the flags go up or the whistle blows, whatever, and all the kids start, I'm not kidding you. The other sections are done in probably a minute or less. And this one, how long were we there collecting eggs? A solid, easily 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 to almost 15 probably.
And we weren't even getting everything. Like, the one thing I guess with the 0 to 2 is that there are some babies that go out there and they're just like getting the one in front of them, and like they're just there. And we could have easily stopped, but when she filled up her bucket twice and I looked and over half of the section is still completely covered in eggs, I'm like, well, Karlee, do you want to go pick some more eggs? Like, let's go. And she kind of got done. The last like few minutes she was done, but there were so many, and one of my coworkers was actually helping with it, and she came around and started picking up eggs, and it's like, here, Karlee, here you go. Here's some more. You need more, because it was taking forever. So that's why I guess I didn't feel bad getting the eggs because there were so many.
No, and you weren't, like I said, you weren't being greedy. There was, oh my gosh, I would hate to guess how many eggs there was.
Overall, like through the whole park, there was over 20,000 eggs.
I was going to say there's probably 3,000 eggs at least in just that little section that is probably an eighth of a football field.
Yeah.
I mean, so when you're talking that, take that by, there wasn't 100 little kids there.
No, I wouldn't think there's 100. There was easily 50. I would say maybe 75.
Yeah, I'd say under 100 kids total in that section. But yeah, almost to a point where like, okay, you guys can, if they would have cut the eggs in half, it would have been great. Now I know they got a plan for, you might get 150 this year, then you get 75 next year. Yeah. And like, I get that part of it, and that's where like I said, it's not being greedy. It would just, there was a boatload of eggs versus the kids. But just my assumption, like, we don't really need all of that stuff.
No, we don't. And honestly, one thing that was put in a lot of eggs were these little animal crackers. And I'm hoping that Karlee will eat them and will like them. Obviously, we're going to keep some there at the house. But I can take them because I can use them for snacks or treasure box items at school. So it's not like it's going to get thrown away. But I probably should have brought Karlee back a few minutes before we did because she was done hunting eggs. She was just walking past about 13 different eggs to get the one that she wanted. Like, whatever. But we talked about it before because last year she wanted to open them right away. Or she didn't want to put them in the bucket. I think that was it. She'd pick them up, but she didn't want to put them in the bucket, which I don't blame her. You know, this is mine. But we talked this year, and I even did like a little practice one in the living room. I said, Karlee, we're going to go first. We pick them up. Then we put them in our bucket. And then after we get all of them, then we're going to open them up. And candy, she'd say, yes, there's going to be candy. I like candies. That's what she tells me at least once a day. Mama, I like M&Ms. Mama, I like candies.
We all do, Karlee. We all do, girl.
Corey, do you want to tell you about the story she did, what she did in the morning, like last weekend, I think, at like 7 something in the morning?
The other morning, she sees Jordan keeps her nerd gummy clusters over in the corner of the couch. And Karlee saw them. And I knew she saw them. I'm like, no, we don't need that. So she grabs the bag of nerd clusters and she goes, I believe her clear little cup that we put all of her little snacks in, whether it's little yogurt bites, just different types of things, little crackers. We throw them in that little cup. She grabs that little cup and she has her little bag and she lifts them both up to me. She's like, candies? I want candies. I'm like, first off, those are your mother's candies. You got to go ask mom for those. And I'm like, Karlee, it's like 7:30 in the morning, girl, and you're wanting candy. Now, granted, I would too at that age. I don't blame you, but we're not having candy. Actually, I think you did give her like a couple.
I did.
See, traitor right over there.
No, you told her like, you need to go ask your mom. Because I was awake. I was just laying in bed. And she walks up and she shows me one hand with the bag of candies and one hand with the cup. And she looks so proud, like she got them both. I want candies. And it was like too cute. And I was like, whatever. Like, here, you can have 2. So I'm like, you can have 2. I had 2. I said, yes, that's all you can have. I put them in her little cup. She was happy as could be. And off she went.
Yeah, and Jordan has the fingernails to break them up easily. Dad doesn't. Dad would just probably destroy those. So that's also why I go ask your mom on those.
Yeah, it was funny. So, yeah, she's been excited about getting candy and the Easter eggs, but we let her have a piece after lunch today. She had that, and it's going to be eventually it has to be hidden. She
opened 2 of them up while we were opening up all the eggs, and we had no idea.
Yeah. We were busy opening all those eggs up, and she's standing there with the Hershey's bar.
It was half melted. It was like sagging in her hand, and I'm like, oh, you got that open. I thought you opened it up for her.
Didn't.
But she must have just got a little fingernail in there and peeled it out. And the craziest part about the whole thing, she ate 2 of them. She opened them both herself. her hands are not chocolatey. Did you wipe her hands off?
No.
That's what I don't get, is that Hershey's was as, like, it wasn't soup, but it was like my fingers, it would have got melted on. I don't know. Did she lick her hand? Like, how did she clean her hand? Like, I don't know how her hand got clean.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but because Karlee is not a clean eater. She's not taking after her dad. She's definitely taking after mom.
Yeah.
A little mess maker. But yeah, I could not figure out how she got the chocolate off of her hands after eating a mushy Hershey's bar.
I don't know. And I know I had a Kleenex in my pocket and I might have wiped like a fingertip, maybe, but it was not bad at all. There was nothing. So, yeah, after we had the Easter egg hunt, they had like a little kids petting zoo. So she got to go see some animals. She liked petting them. She really liked the pig.
He's kind of a squealy little fart too. He'd squeal off and on and run around. And she didn't really like the calf, which calf just laid there.
I think it was only a couple days old.
About 3.
Yeah. And then it had little little bunny ears on it. It was cute. She liked the sheep. She liked their wool was real thick. So she liked those. She looked at the horse and I told her this other one was a donkey. She liked the little goats. And then they had these little like play structures. Like, did you see those built out of cardboard? Not cardboard, but
just
plywood.
Particle board, yeah.
Yes. And they had little cutouts and they were painted. One was a car and a couple were houses with little windows. And she could crawl in through one, look out the window and crawl back out. She liked that. She spotted the bouncy houses and started running. And I'm like, no, please. I do not want you in a bouncy house. And I said, those are for big kids, you know. And the lions were crazy. I was like, no. Mm-mm. So we got some popcorn and then they had these little games like a fishing game and a ring toss and a like a beanbag toss, little kids games like that with little tiny prizes. So she got those and she didn't want to leave. And we're like, Karlee, we got to go. We got to go home and take a nap because we got another party tonight. But she went and started taking off on me and my niece and she wanted to go to the bounce house. And there was not very many kids in there, maybe 3 or 4. I'm like, and there was no line. I was like, all right, well, we'll try it. And then I took her shoes off and I kind of sat her through the door. I said, okay, you have to be careful. And she got in there and she just looked around and she didn't stand up. I said, are you going to stand up? And she kind of backed out and I grabbed her. I said, do you want to come out? Yeah, I scared. That's okay. It's okay. We can do it another day. Yeah, I scared.
And then they had just some other little games there. One was like slide these washers on one of the painted circles and you win a little prize. And they just had little itty bitty trinket prizes.
Yeah.
Like little stamps, little spiky balls. I mean, just a whole bunch of little tiny, not even like quarter-cent items. Like if you went to like a gumball machine, only it was the toy deals that for like a quarter. It was a lot of little toys like that, which is fine. It was fun.
Yeah, she liked him. It was funny. She was waiting in turn. Well, she didn't like having to wait in line. And there was a couple kids that had went and they said, it's not Karlee's turn yet. And there's one kid in front of her and she goes, Karlee's turn. I said, no, it's not Karlee's turn yet. It's almost.
She's an impatient little girl. Mm-hmm. Sometimes. Other times she has great patience. Jordan, is your bracket busted?
Oh, yeah. I'm like 13th out of 14.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's not been a very good March Madness at the Welch household.
No. We haven't even been watching any, to be honest with you.
I have when it is on, but we haven't really watched any on this weekend. We watched some during the week. But heck, our brackets are so far down, we don't have any more possible points, so we're kind of just over it for the most part.
Yeah, I guess I'm not going to be winning the gift card at school, so oh well.
Yeah, after round 1, I was second in my little tournament, and then after round 2, I was second to last out of probably at least 10 brackets, so Started out great, was really kicking butt, and then just didn't make it. Karlee's been getting a little more independent, I'd say.
Yes. And wanting to be independent on things that, she can't be, but she wants to be.
Yeah, sometimes they're just a little bit too big of shoes to fill. And there's some things I've been trying to teach her too. I mean, we all see the reels or the TikToks of, oh man, once you teach them how to do something, then you don't do it for them anymore. And it's a little bittersweet moment. Yeah, I get it. But at the same time, like, I'm proud of her when she does it too. So,
yeah.
But I mean, taking shoes off, that's kind of been my mission a little bit, is how does she take her shoes off? Because they don't have laces yet. I'm like, just grab that heel and pull your leg towards you, and away you go. And she doesn't do too bad at it. She just forgets how to put her hand on the heel, like how to position it to hold it. But we'll get there.
Yeah, and like when it comes to putting clothes on, taking clothes off, she knows how to push her arm through, and like when we put our sleep sack on at night, she knows this arm goes in, and then she's reaching her other arm around, and she's getting there on things. And yeah, it is a little sad that she's growing up and she's doing those things, but we want that for her. One of my coworkers, she's a preschool teacher, and she did daycare for years and years and years. And she made a comment, and it wasn't bad towards anybody, but she said something like, the teacher's kids are, she didn't say the worst, but like aren't as independent at things. And it took me like for a surprise. And then I'm like, oh, well, like, I think it's just in our nature to help and to help do things. That's what we do all the time, that we do that with our own kids instead of fostering them to be independent. So yeah, I thought about that. And like with washing her hands, I still have to help her wash her hands because she'll just stick her hands under the water, and I have to get the soap and rub it. But I'm trying to teach her, like, rub your hands, scrub them together, get the packs. And then drying, she just sticks her hands out there for the towel, but trying to teach her to rub her hands on the towel to dry them off. And just those little things that, yes, again, it's bittersweet, but it helps life go in better. And it's something that they can be independent in, and they love to do things by themselves.
Yeah, and I catch myself a lot of times where there's something that she can do that's small, and I'll just do it quickly. Well, maybe I'll catch it and be like, no, Karlee, you go bring that over here, or you go take this there. And she does it. And it's like, well, yeah, she can do some of those things. But yet, at the same time, you kind of want to be a parent yet. You kind of want them to be dependent on you. But there's also a line with that too. You don't want them to be 45 and still trying to be dependent on you and that sort of stuff, if they don't have to be, obviously. But yeah, I do catch myself. There's a balancing act there. Just like I said, there's things where you're like, man, like I still want them to depend on me a little bit, just because it'll be the last time that you take her shoes off because she knows how to do it. Okay, but at the same time, that's not that big a deal in my book.
No, it's not. But it's like those things that, like you don't know the last time you'll do it. Like you said, I mean, one of the days you'll take her shoes off, or you'll help her put her clothes on for the last time.
Well, and it's designed like that too. I mean, you think about, nobody does. No, very rarely do people know the last time they're going to pick up their kid, the last time they're going to tie their shoe, the last time of those things. I mean, that's what makes the experience an awesome experience. If you knew all that, you'd be tallying them up. Especially like Jordan, she'd be tallying them all up. Like, oh man, I got like 10 left. Oh man, like I'm just not going to do it anymore. Mm-hmm. I'll just save those 10 and I'll do it when she's 35.
Yep.
So, it's just part of it. It's something to not be afraid of. Is it a little sad? Yeah. But you know what? There's always new things coming too. Oh man, she knows how to take her shoes off. All right. But next step, she don't know how to tie her shoes yet. Mm-hmm. So next we'll get shoes with shoelaces and we'll teach her how to tie. I mean, you're forever trying to teach them. You know, there was a deal I was watching the other day. You're basically, one of your main jobs as a parent is teaching them how to live without you. Like, that's your job. Someday you won't be here and they will. You got to train them, teach them to live without you. They got to live life.
Mm-hmm.
We've had to figure it out with our parents and stuff. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. So,
yeah. Well, and like potty training is something that's like in the back of my mind. She's starting to show a little bit of readiness. Well, before we walked out the door to church today, she stood by the door and goes, I'm pooping. I'm like, okay. Like, I also know that I have to take the bulletins to church and we have snacks. Like, we got to get going. I can change it when we're there. But she turned around. She then laid down on the floor. I'm like, okay, well, let's change it. Let's get it out. Let's get your butt clean now. So we did that, and she's, I don't know, like I feel like she's advanced for her age, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but she just is. And that's great. Not everybody is. But trying to decide, like, when do we potty train? Like, is she ready? Do we need to start doing it now? I mean, I'd ideally like to wait to the summer when I'm home with her to do it. But I don't know. And then I thought about it. It's like, man, like, as much as she battles me on changing her diaper, like, I'm going to change a diaper for the last time on her. Like, that's sad. But it's exciting because they learn something new and they can be independent.
I don't think I'll miss changing diapers. I just don't think I will. Jordan's like, how many diapers do you really change?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But still, I'm not going to miss it. Like, great. Like, we can poop in the pot. We don't have to be pooping our pants like we did in church this morning and then have to just smell it as we're singing songs. It's like, oh my gosh, girl, good thing we're sitting alone because she just bombed the whole back of the church. I mean, just bombed it.
She did.
It was funny because she was singing something by the table and she's like, I farted. And Jordan's like, did she just sing I farted? I was like, yep. And then she comes over, she's like, hi, Daddy. I'm like, you stink. Oh my gosh, you did more than fart.
She did say that's my daddy to you today.
She says it once in a while. You haven't heard her say that?
I mean, every once in a while, but it's definitely, that's my mommy a whole lot more.
Oh, yeah. But no, she says it. Well, next weekend's Easter, Jordan.
Yep.
We got to keep getting our plans lined out. Far as getting an episode out, we're going to try to. Don't know. We're going to have to record it sometime during the week. So we're going to try to get one out next weekend. But I guess don't be surprised if we don't.
Yeah, we're going to try really hard. But don't judge us. Yeah,
I think we can tape it sometime. Heck, maybe we can even do it that Friday, Jordan.
Yeah,
we can tape that Friday if I take off part of that day or something. So we're really going to try to. Odds are we probably will, but if not, don't be shocked. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. So, anyways, hopefully everybody's enjoying their spring. It's been awesome weather. I wish the wind would stop blowing. One day it blows out of the south, the other day it blows out of the north. It's also been triple digits close to where we live. We actually haven't seen triple digits, but we've been into the 90s, high 90s. And then we've also been back down into the 30s, which is really annoying. And that's really hard on our bodies, I feel like.
It messes with my head.
Yeah, these fronts that have been rolling through, Jordan and I have been just, it's terrible. We've been congested. We've been headaches, achy, just not sick, but just not feeling good with it. So hopefully we get that out of there. We get a little more spring coming in here towards the beginning of April, and we'll keep getting these episodes out. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thank you for listening to Parenting in Progress. If you like what you heard and you're listening to us on YouTube, please go ahead, like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. If you're listening to us on other platforms, go ahead, give us a follow and a rating. We truly appreciate it. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.